Hey guys, I'm gonna take a quick walk around here. We're at Merchants Crossing again. You can see there's about 150 cars here, and we're just gonna take a quick walk around. If you want to take a walk with me, we'll play a little bit of music because there's some music playing here, and see all the different types of cars that show up. So there's literally everything here. And if you watch the channel, some of the cars that are here we have featured in previous. So we've featured the cars like this 383 Chevy 2. We featured this. We featured a bunch of the cars. So if you see one in here, chances are we've done a feature. So when we say everything shows up at this cruise-in, whoa, you're taking your chair with you.
I bought all the way to the last one.
What, you want to come around with me? Do you want to come around? Is this your truck? Is this your truck? Did you build this? Yeah, did you build this truck? Yeah. I think that was my favorite owner.
Now they use the same data plates that go all the way back to the Willys. Huh?
His name's Larry.
Larry?
Larry. Yep.
Larry, the border collie, but
Larry!
He's a
it looks worse than this because it sits outside. You can't hardly keep up with the paint sitting outside down here. They're wet. It's wet every morning. It's dewy and it's wet every morning.
Well, I don't remember ever seeing one high gloss the whole time I was
Well,
here.
me and him touched all this up and repainted all the little rust spots and stuff, but it's just such a harsh wet all the time.
Yeah.
Environment. I can't put it inside. I have a garage, but I can't put that in.
No.
I have one with an 8-foot door, and that's a 10.
You have a YouTube channel?
Yeah. For Junkyards and Barn Finds.
Yeah, you upload a lot, don't you?
Oh yeah. We did 270 videos.
I have your
Oh, okay.
subscribed to you.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah, I'm Sean. So.
nice to meet you. My name's Charlie.
Oh, hey Charlie.
You were just at Surfside Shops the other day, weren't you?
Well, actually, yesterday we were just up in Georgia. So welcome to another episode of Junkyards and Barn Finds with Sean, and I'm Sean. So this is a beautiful Super Sport Impala SS. So we're just gonna do a quick walk around. I don't know where the owner is. The hood's not up.
Oh yeah.
So I think that this is a Chevelle sedan delivery 2-door. I haven't seen them in a while, so I can't really tell you if that's what it is or not. It looks like it's got air added to it. Sliding glass. $65. Hey, how you doing?
Good.
With Junkyards and Barn Finds, I'm just...
He does YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
He's got a... He's still doing your videos? Yeah, it's not just the kids that does it for me. I'm not...
There you go.
Thank you.
So one of the ways you can normally tell if there are drum brakes all around is if you see the little beer can brake, that will tell you that there's drum brakes around if it's only a single stage.
Yeah, I agree.
So this is similar to the green one we featured. I think the green one we had though was a Hemi car. I got to remember that. So, and this is a 383. The other one was a Hemi or a 440 car. How you doing? I'm Sean with Junkyards and Barn Finds. We're a YouTube channel.
Oh.
was going to ask you about your car if you want to talk about it for a minute or two.
Yeah, that's why she's here.
So you'd be surprised how many people. No, I don't want to talk about it. So what's your
is that
first?
right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like, I don't put my car on. Okay. Well, then why'd you waste like the last 4 years of your life restoring it?
Building it.
So, what's your first name?
David.
Hey, David. I'm Sean Dever.
Son,
Hey. So, big block.
Good talking to you, sir.
Take care.
Right
So it's a
back.
big block Biscayne.
No, it's Bel Air,
Oh, it's a Bel Air. Okay. So,
which is
oh,
just about the same.
okay. Original. Like, I mean, it's an original.
Basically, it's an original,
Like-
as it would be coming from the factory, other than the fact it wasn't born with the 427.
Okay, so it wasn't a 427 original car, 4-speed.
No.
It's you said this is what I want to build,
It's,
and so you found the parts and you put it together.
that's the way it goes, yeah.
Okay.
But it's still, like, for the most part, still all original parts from 66.
Right. So it's a time correct.
Yes.
So it's if you bought this one, brought it home and said, I want to get rid of the engine in it, throw a 427 in it, this would have been it.
This would have-
even down to the wheels.
That's right. That's
So-
what would have happened.
And then without doing the vinyl roof, you've got the white.
Well, typically these two-door sedan cars did not have vinyl roofs.
So they came with a two-color
Either
paint,
solid color or two-tone.
similar to what the 57s and 55s did,
Yes.
like a couple years earlier.
Yeah.
So at this point, the vinyl roofs weren't really in it yet when
Well,
this
they
came
would have
out.
been on let's say a two-door hardtop.
Okay,
Where the
and this is a post.
and this is a post, yes.
Okay. Now, the back windows, they go down in a post car, right?
They do. It's just not all. Some Biscaynes were built. They did them either or.
Oh, okay.
Some of the back quarter windows were non-functional. These are.
Right.
These are.
Now, I noticed you don't have a back seat in this. Is that just because you're still working on it?
Yeah, I tore up my back putting the rest of the
Oh,
interior.
I get you. No,
I wasn't about to hurt it
Yeah.
anymore, so.
Yeah, it's a lot easier in high school to do it than
Oh, I tell
when
you,
you're older than the
it's-
high school.
It's getting hard, but when I put the headliner in, with all the twisting and turning and everything, it just took its toll on my back.
Now, was this a stick shift car to start with, or is that also something?
It was a stick shift car to start. Yes.
Okay. Was it a column stick or
Column
center?
stick.
Okay, so it was a column, and then now did you change out the column?
I made it look like the 4-speed column.
Okay. Okay.
It's
So
the same as the original column,
Column.
but I just made it look like it came with the car.
okay. So what are you running then? Since you got to play with the engine and you got to decide what they're running. So what do you got, like M22, M21? What's the 4-speed?
The 4-speed's an M21 close ratio. The engine is 427, base 390 horse
Okay.
with the 425 horse accessory
Okay.
to make it look like the 425.
Right.
Because none of the cars correct.
Right.
As in numbers matched.
Right. So you just want to make it look the way you
I
want it
just
to look.
wanted to make it look like that, yeah.
And then what are you running for the rear end? Has it got a posi in it? Does it got?
No, it's just a stock 10-bolt rear end. I
Okay.
believe it's about a 331 gear ratio.
Okay, you didn't really get into that much of it. You
I
just
didn't.
kind
I
of
just wanted to
You
drive.
just wanted the front, the
I want to drive the car. It's it's not built for racing or even show. It's not a show car.
right. It's just
just
your
drive.
hobby, fun. I think it's a cool car,
It's a driver. Well, I did it for a living for years,
Okay.
and sold them. But this one I just wanted to keep for myself
Okay.
and have fun in it.
So, and the nice thing is, because it's not something that you have to worry about, if you changed the radio station, you have to read, somebody will give you a hard time.
No.
So I had a couple Corvettes like that I mean, I was still having the cassette decks in them, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you can't take it out, because if you do, then everybody gives you a hard time.
Yeah.
So this, you can build it the way you want to build it.
Yeah. It's close enough to the original where I can get away with it, but off just enough where I don't have to worry about it.
Well, it definitely has a look, like because when I saw it, I was like, that looks like an original,
Yeah.
It's not overdone. It doesn't look like a hot rod.
No.
It looks like a muscle car that came off the showroom.
That was my intent, to make it look as much like 66 as I could get it.
Yeah, well, I think you accomplished it because you got me, and I see
Well, that's right.
10,000 cars a year walking around.
Yeah, right.
So I looked over, I'm like, I got to go look at that car.
Well,
Even the color, I mean, this says like early 60s, late 50s. I mean,
Yes, it does.
there's no other color that says that like this.
No.
So,
Well, that was another reason I picked that out, because you see so many black cars, white cars, blue cars. This will be different. And like I was telling the other guy, I think I want something that, you know, you walk around and you see much of the same stuff as far as put together.
right.
Same accessories. I just want it to be different. And,
Yeah. And the nice thing is, I mean, you don't have any, because I don't even think they came in a Super Sport for another couple of years, right?
no, they had Super.
They had a Super Sport of the Biscayne.
No, not in the
Oh,
Biscayne.
oh, okay.
Just
But you do have the 427 badge, and when you open the hood, you got a 427. So
427.
there's nothing on here that's telling you different than what it, you know, it's
No.
not like a 427. You open up and you got that straight 6 in there that you're
right,
like,
yeah, you see a lot of that.
yeah,
too,
you used to see a lot of that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
oh, well, I'm gonna take a quick look at it. Thank you
Okay.
guys so much.
Thank
have
you.
Have a happy holiday, Merry Christmas.
You too. Merry
So,
Christmas.
and we're gonna take a quick look at this, guys. So if I gotta play some music, it's because, as I say at all the other car shows, the guys who run the music think it's about them, and it's really not. It's about the cars.
It's actually started yet.
Yeah, he's been playing. He started the first song when we were talking, so.
I heard that, but I thought he was just practicing.
So, but oh, and I love the fact that you didn't go with the headers. You did go with the cast
Stock,
iron
yes.
stock. So yeah, that's an old school thing as well there.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Well, there again, I got a set of headers hanging on my wall.
Right, that would, I mean, and that's something easy to fix, but
And there again, like I said, you walk around, that's all you see. It's
right. And then you have like the stock Chevrolet big block chrome valve covers, which is what came on a lot of them back then. They don't do chrome anymore, but back in the day, you got a 427 or a 454 you would normally get.
Back then, you had the chrome valve covers and the chrome air cleaner.
Yeah. So it's done right, guys. Oh, and you don't have the power brakes, you got the beer can. You got the beer can brake system there.
Yeah, I just put or left it on because it was new.
Right.
So they stopped them for a lot of years. And I'm not a hot rodder. I don't know
Right.
100.
Now, does this have, does it have the drum brakes on the front? I didn't even look.
Yes.
So it's drum brakes all around, which is why it only has the single, because it would have.
You may notice I don't have the windshield wiper motor in it yet.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
So
don't break.
the windshield wipers are just for show.
Well-
This is how he picks up women, by going, hey, check out my windshield wipers. They don't work, but they look good.
I ordered the part for that.
So yeah, and you don't have electric fans, so yeah, this is really an old school build, very old school build.
Enjoy it muscle
Yeah.
in its pure
So,
form.
and I will bet you, even though it's, I mean, with a 427, you still, if you wanted to just sit there and power brake the tires, it could burn those little skinny things off, and
Oh, it would.
if you wanted to.
If I
I'm not
wanted
saying you don't
to.
want to.
Yeah,
I'm just saying if you just got that urge one day,
If I wanted to, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure to tear up some rubber. but,
because even a stock 427's got so much guts.
390 horse.
Yeah, I mean,
This one's beefed a little.
and you're driving with these the thin. Now these aren't 2-plies, but are they?
No.
They look like they're the early. They look like an early radial.
They're
not, but-
They're a radial.
Right, but they have that 2-ply
Yeah.
appearance to
Yes.
them.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
yeah, and I love the fact that those those are stock Chevy rims.
They are.
So-
Stock Chevy rims and hubcaps. And the Bel Airs did come with white walls rather than just black walls. The Biscaynes mostly had black walls. Everything on a Bel Air was like an option. You could get a lot of stuff on a Bel Air.
Is this the last year of the Bel Airs?
No. Bel Air.
Because I thought the Bel Air became the Biscayne, then became the Impala.
No. It started out in the mid 50s as.
Because I had a Bel Air. I had a 57 Bel Air.
Yeah, 57, or from around 51 somewhere, 50, the Bel Air was the top model till 58.
Right.
Then they introduced the Biscayne, Delray, Bel Air and the Impala. That was the first year for Impala. So Impala
Okay.
from then was the big year,
Okay.
or big model rather. And but the Bel Air in this year was like the Biscayne, the Bel Air, and then the Impala, and then SS.
So this was not bottom, it was mid-range.
Mid-range, yeah.
So
like I said,
businessman class.
you could get it was a cheap car. You could get all the options, mostly, or a lot of the options that you could get in the Impala, which I guess you could do it in the Biscayne too, but anybody buying a Biscayne wasn't going to spend any more money on it. So,
Right.
you know.
Now, when you said you built this, so tell me, when you found this car, what's the condition that it was in?
Very poor.
I mean, are we talking we got to replace some panels, or
Everything.
it was just a shell?
Well, it was a complete car other than engine and transmission. It was a rolling body,
Okay.
which somebody said when I bought it, they said the body work had been done, but I had to tear it all apart and redo it because it wasn't anywhere near what you see. So the whole car has been apart except for taking the frame off. I did not take the frame off, but
Right.
I restored everything around.
So if we go under the car, we're gonna see a nice clean as well. Not show quality,
show,
but I
but,
mean it's
yeah.
clean. Like it's
yes.
it's like all the rubber mounts and
Yeah,
stuff have redone and that kind of
you
stuff.
can see like the wheel wells are all nicely painted.
Right.
And everything.
That's what I'm saying. You didn't do this to put a mirror under it and have it on a roundabout, but
No.
it's looks like it's a.
I've done some of those, but then I'm afraid to drive them. So.
That's what I'm saying. This is a driver, so it's going to have some dirt, but it was done. Everything was checked and redone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a safe car.
Is it a clone?
It's a clone. Yes.
Yeah. Biscayne?
That's a Bel Air actually.
Oh, Bel Air.
I just don't have the Bel Air trim.
Just the post model.
So we'll take a quick look inside, then we're going to go underneath and we'll take a shot under. So he's still in the process, so that's why there's no, he's got new rugs and all, but he's still trying to do the back seat, but he threw his back out. And as you can see, the interior is just mint at this point. He still doesn't have a radio. He doesn't have some of the emblems on it yet. Clock's not in. Now it says 5398, so it says it's got 5,000. It's obviously, like he said, it was pretty tore up. So, but other than that, the car is really, really clean. And Edelbrock manifold. It's got obviously a lot of the stuff, like he said, still missing wiper engine, or wiper motor, not wiper engine. And it has power steering, no power brakes. Still has the fan, and I don't know if that's the original shroud or not. That's pretty cool if that is the original shroud, or original type shroud. And if we go under here, and I don't want to get run over by anybody, so hopefully they don't run me over while I'm but we can see underneath that obviously not, like he said, show quality, but it's been up there. Anything that's need to be replaced has been replaced. It's got the no pipes past the passenger compartment, past the mufflers there. But it's a really, really clean car. And the frame obviously has been stripped down, repainted. This paint's really nice. It's got a really nice shine to it. So, very cool. Big block, early Chevy car. And you gotta love it. Gotta love it. So if you like this kind of thing, guys, remember, hit the ding the bell and subscribe and all that stuff. I do some of these short videos just because I know you guys don't have a lot of time, and just want to show you some of the cool cars that end up down here. I mean, the fun thing about South Florida is that a lot of these guys who have these cars, they'll bring them from your town up north or Canada, and they bring them down here for season. So we basically get to see some of the best street cars and the best builds from all around the country. Anyway, thank you so much, and Merry Christmas, and we'll see you later. Yep.
I've been up for hours and hours, and still driving.
So where'd you find the car at?
I bought it off of eBay.
Like what state?
Oklahoma.
In Oklahoma?
Yes, sir.
So do you think it was like in a junkyard, or was it, or is it just somebody had it and it just got left?
The guy that had it was starting to restore it, but he didn't know how to do it, so he sent it out to a shop because it needed a couple of pounds. The car had been hit more than there was. It was a solid car,
right,
rust-wise, but it had been hit and dented a lot. And he sent it out to this shop, and they kind of butchered everything. And he had a 454 in it.
Oh.
And an automatic 400, I think, which he took out and sold separately. But he put it on eBay, and it was on there for a while. I had my eye on it, and finally I took the chance on it and had it delivered down here in Florida. But like I said, the car was pretty much a mess when I got it. I just had to redo everything that was done.
That's the problem. If you don't know cars, but you won't, if somebody, I'll tell my, if you don't know how to work on cars, then you don't buy something like this, because you get in over your head. You end up paying some shop a ton of money.
Yeah.
They end up, and guys, if you own a shop, you know if you're honest or not, and I'm assuming everyone watching my channel is honest, but there's a lot of shops up there that if you come in, and they know whether or not, very quickly, by how you put stuff together.
Absolutely.
Whether or not, you know, I can tell you, I don't know how many growing up where you could go to a shop, and I had friends that said, yeah, we just charged, like a shop, not me, but people at shops, and they'd say, yeah, this guy couldn't get his car started through building his engine. He came in, we just charged him $300 to pull out the distributor, flip it 180, stick it back in. But we don't do it in front of him because we don't want him to realize, you know, how he messed up. And I'm sure that there's shops that still do that. You know, they're going to charge you for their knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, I don't think that's unfair, because somebody knows because somebody's been doing something for 50 years that they know by just listening how to fix it.
Yeah.
Versus, you know, I would rather pay the guy $200 and have it fixed in 15 minutes than pay $200 and have it fixed 4 days later, because he has to look it up.
Right, yeah.
You know, and and so if you're going to get something, what you do is you start with something mechanically sound, and then learn how to do body work. Or if you want to be a mechanic, you start with something that's body work and completely sound, and you work on an engine. But when you pick up something that is not mechanically sound nor body sound and go, this is I want to build this,
It's not for everybody.
I can tell you, you might just take out your wallet, pull out all your cash, light a lighter to it, and then go and sell the car for less than you just burned out of your wallet.
That's right. And you see it all the time on eBay, these projects that people started like that and they can't finish. They can do some mechanical work. They get through the brakes usually, and some other things, and some of the engine. But then they get, once they hit the bodywork part, it's...
yeah, it just depends on your skill. So, yeah. Anyway, and I'm not busting on you guys for doing it. Try it. If you've never built a car, but you go and buy a piece of crap that you know you're not going to work, and you go buy 3 or 4 junkyard engines for $100 a piece and just tear them apart, and then put them together, and then tear them apart, put them together. Don't even worry if they can run. Just get used to tearing heads off and putting head gaskets in, and practice. And one of the best ways is, if there's a shop or there's a guy that you know that builds cars, go down and just kind of hang out and say, can I watch how you do this stuff? Most of them are like, yeah. And after you're there, if you show up more than once, a lot of these guys will say, you know, give me a hand, or give me this.
Yeah.
And you're getting paid in knowledge. So it's not like, oh, I need $25 an hour to come watch you work and hand you a screwdriver. That won't work anymore.
Well, I started in this back in the mid-'80s. I did it professionally, like I said, with taking cars to the high-end auctions. But I've been mostly a mechanic all my life since I was 15, 16 years old, and I'm still learning. I still learn things. Every day I learn something new.
Well, I know what I learned is I don't want to work on a car if I have to plug a computer to it. That's just me.
No, that's not.
That may be you. That's where I draw the line. I know how mechanically things work,
Yeah.
but when you have to start plugging computers in, that's when I'm like, I'll just take it to the dealer.
I don't do it either.
So, anyway, well, it was nice meeting you,
Yes,
sir.
sir. It was nice meeting
You
you.
too. Have a
Thanks
great
very
day.
much.
All right. So that's just kind of my feelings on things, and that's just my feelings on things. And of course, I could be wrong because I usually am. April, should they subscribe to this channel even if they don't like cars today for this one?
Probably just for this one.